ourselves a new champ. It's the Dallas Empire with their second home series win. It's chaos.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the last match of the day. Here we have an absolute banger to close out the show. Dallas Empire going up against the London Royal Ravens. An elimination matchup. We saw London take down Paris Legion a little bit earlier on today. And Dallas now staring down the face of a loaded London, ready to rock and roll in this series. My name is Miles Ross. Joining me as always in the middle, it's Momo PW7. And of course, the wonderful Nameless, who is now the owner of the most amazing piece of cat-related artwork I have ever seen in my life. Brilliant. It is brilliant, dude. Well done.
Gucci cat.
Congratulations. Let's talk about this one real fast, though, boys. For Dallas, now to be, they were given the hands by Florida. Let's face it. Like it was a brutal loss from earlier on. But do we think this is a must-win for Dallas in terms of keeping them alive as one of the greatest teams in the league right now, as one of the top tiers teams? If they go down to London, does that change anything for you guys?
Well, for me, I don't think this is a must-win for Dallas. I think it's kind of like accepted right now that there's a discussion for Florida to be that best team in the game. Are they just better than Dallas? Like, I think that's already a discussion. I don't think a win here changes anything. So I wouldn't say it's a must-win. Especially Dallas has so many points right now that they can bounce back easily over the course of the next few tournaments. So I wouldn't say it's a must-win just yet.
I think for Dallas, they're coming into this whole home series wanting to come out of it as quote-unquote the best team, and technically, you know, they can still do that if they go on a run and win this home series, you know, and be the only team to win 3 and, you know, have an incredible end to today, Sunday, whatever it may be. But I think that's just one game at a time for Dallas right now. I think they're coming in as the favorite, and I think for sure these guys need to win if they want to continue with that. But if they don't, like Ant said, I think, you know, they've got plenty of points. They will bounce back. I feel they are a top 4 team, but we'll see.
Indeedy, bro. Well, let's talk London now, fellas. They're on a bit of a run. Obviously, they started the tournament off to a 3-2 loss to the Dallas Empire. They managed to get the win over Paris, but now another shot at Dallas. Do we think that London has what it takes? I mean, Nameless, you've told me in the past that it's incredibly difficult to beat the same team twice in a tournament. Dallas, do you think they can do it? Do you think is it going to be another 3-2? Obviously, the map vetoes will come into play soon, but do you think it'll be another 3-2 in that sort of way?
I think the Royal Ravens definitely have what it takes to win this series. I mean, if you think back to that first game they had on that Gunrunner Hardpoint, like they just got pummeled from the start. Like that was the worst map we've seen the Ravens have like all season long. So if that goes a bit different, like the series could have been theirs, right? Like they played great. They won a search. They won a Hardpoint. You know, it really came down to that game 1 and that domination. So with some switch up in the vetoes and some different maps and a new look, they can absolutely win this series.
Yeah, very interesting to see if we can get that one done. Overall KD right now on your screen by Wuskins. These are at home series. So launch weekend, he came out absolutely swinging. And outside of Chicago and Seattle, I mean, let's face it, boys, Wuskin is a powerhouse. I mean, Momo, he's been a standout, man.
Even including Chicago and Seattle, everyone, you know, he's coming out with a positive record. And yes, with people might say with the role that he plays, he should be at 1.1 or whatever number you want to throw at it. But that is just consistency at the highest level. 1.3s, 2.09, that's a joke. That is just ridiculous. But it just shows such consistency across the board. I remember we talking MVPs yesterday, and people were even tweeting at us, you know, saying, what about Wuskin? And I think, you know, you've got to take it into consideration. Great player, but hasn't won. Of course, looking for his first one, and you never know. It can still be this event.
Could be indeed. It's not over yet, mate. Let's have a quick look at those game fuel keys to victory. Nameless, we're going to look at Dallas first, bro. They've already taken London once. What have they got to get it done to take them again?
Yeah, Crim and Clay need to be more efficient at respawns. You know, I've said this in series before, but especially in this one, because versus them, they weren't the best. And when they were great. Like in that last series, we watched them play them. Crim and Clay had a good series, and the respawns look good. They won 250 to 84, for God's sake. Like, they look fantastic. So those veterans need to be more efficient because it makes the map that much easier for Hook, Illy, and Shotzi. Like, they don't have to be putting up incredible numbers. They just need to be doing their job, right? Like, they just cannot underperform, and this series should be a breeze for them.
Mate, it sounds simple, right? It sounds so easy. It's
difficult, yeah.
It's very difficult, right? Let's have a quick look at the game fuel keys to victory now for the London Royal Ravens. We're obviously seeing success from Wuskin, Scraps with the heroics, and of course Dylan with the lovely plays, but what do we need to be seeing, Nameless?
Well, now with Zero on the team, right? Like, you have Scraps, you have Zero, you have Weskin. Like, those are 3 guys you know where you're going to get out of them. And Shawnee and Dylan kind of have the difficult roles on this squad, whereas, like, Dylan's that entry fragger, and Shawnee's doing the dirty work, right? So it's very difficult for them to consistently be putting up huge numbers, but they need to be better. In that first series versus them, that was their statistics. That's obviously not going to work when you're going up against the likes of Hook, Shotzi, and Illy. So those guys need to be better. As the entry fragger, they rely on Dylan to be getting those kills and making those plays to make the map that much easier.
Yeah, you're right. Dylan, he gets those first kills in. He allows the rest of the squad to push up, find their groove, and we go from there. But it is now time to get into this series. Oh boy, a very exciting one indeed. Hardpoint Ramaza up first. You see the records there on screen. Dallas coming to this one with a slight advantage, but I don't know. Any final parting pieces of advice, Nameless, before we say goodbye to you? I think
Nameless has already gone.
He's already gone!
Because we're into the game, Miles. We're literally already in the game. Get that monitor up because we're ready to rock and roll, Miles. As we get into this, there are a few numbers that I want to chuck around, though, okay? Right now, the head-to-head, Dallas lead 2-0. We've not gone through the map picks and the vetoes of any kind yet, but when you look at the maps that have been chosen, interestingly enough, you know, first one, Hardpoint Ramaza, London have beat Dallas on this. Next one, Gunrunner S&D, London have beat Dallas twice on this. And again, you know, you go through the series, second Hardpoint, London have beat Dallas on this map. It's very, very interesting. I want to kind of talk about those a little bit more, but we'll jump into the game. We'll, of course, get things underway as, of course, we're on Ramaza Hardpoint to kick things off. And straight away on your screen, it's going to be Zero with the MP5, 3 kills to 1 right now, as we see the last 30 seconds of the first half.
Yeah, Dallas with the opening time, a little bit of a chunk for them. London still trying to maintain control there over that lower left-hand side of the map. And again, the second hardpoint going to be theirs, and it's so hard to get a lot out of Bridge. I say this time and time again, I'm like, look, it's difficult to get up to Bridge. It's a fight to get there. And then when you get there, you're completely exposed. It's just such a difficult hard point to capitalize on. So 30 seconds and counting now for Dallas Empire. Not a bad start whatsoever. Over towards electronic shots we go now, though. And keep trying to make the plays forward. Scraps is going to slow him down. Spawns in the favor of London right now. They'll be in closest.
Yeah, so far so good for Dallas with the 36 points. However, with the rotation gone down, London, of course, going for that shop at the back. So far so good. Kill feed, majority of that is going to be white. The hip fire coming in through. Dylan there finally finds Shotzi. A couple of players obviously to watch out for. Dylan had an absolute electric series previously, and he started so fast, aggressive, strong. And right now, number 9 is going to be Clay. No, it's not. He's going to have to settle for 8 and 4. The 2.0 KD ratio at the start of the game, very strong here, but with 25 seconds left, breaking from the front this time around, it is going to be Crim 6, of course. Keep your eyes on Crim and Clay, because as the veterans, Nameless, said, you've got to step it up here in the respawns. You've got to be more efficient, is what he said.
He also said how sneaky Zero was. Zero, number 7 on the minimap. Far right-hand side, shots in from Hugh, but he managed to slip through the net. Shotzi was up there first towards the barbershop. But very quietly, Zero snuck on through. We may be seeing a little bit of control, but there's no idea. There's a player right next to him. Scraps was in there the entire time. Shotzi now, in off spawn, trying to get to the back there of the hard point. Scraps' Dead Silence play still active. He's going to be able to still, not necessarily get the time, but that's unfortunate timing. He was trying to get the spawns for his squad, trying to just keep that pressure, while the rest of the Royal Ravens are on the other side of the map now, spawning beneath construction site, and that is a good thing in about, 25 seconds time.
It was interesting before this series actually went ahead. I was actually checking out social media. Clayster tweeting an old clip of his on the previous game. He was talking, he was going, I cannot wait to see the likes of Illy, Sim, Shotzi on LAN. They're going to be absolutely disgusting. 12 months later, 2 of them are on his team, for goodness sake. And Simp, I'm not even going to comment on that because you all know how much of a freak he is. We love him. 12 seconds left, of course, now for Dallas to soak on up, but we're heading to construction. As we do see. Again, early rotation to Ravens. It hasn't worked out too well for them so far, though.
Not yet. 30 seconds still to the Ravens in the hard point thus far on the quick rotation. That low side of construction in control. Dylan's first line of defense. Lovely shot through the smoke, and he's got the knife out. He's got himself 2, and he can't quite get the 3rd, though. Dylan, you dirty boy. Very dangerous in and amongst the smokes. He has been basically since the start of Modern Warfare, but he's really been coming into his own. Dallas now trying to continue the pressure, and from behind the shots from London, it's actually, it's friendly fire, as 3 kills go the way of Dallas Empire. Still not on the hard point just yet. Shawnee still fighting tooth and nail. Waskin down there as well, doing what they can to keep Dallas off the point. Crim goes down upstairs, and London, they will hold on for now.
Yeah, so far, We're seeing a little bit of a comeback here from Ravens. The last 20 seconds will go to them. They've held the whole of construction. Dylan, by the way, Miles, 15-9, really stepping things up. I know a lot of people will be keeping their eyes out on certain individuals. He has to be one of them. A talking point, which I'm sure we'll dive into a little later on, but you saw Wuskin's stats. He was Mr. Consistent for the Ravens. Put Dylan on your screen as he roams around, tries to sniff out Illy. Well, there he is. A little bit late to the party.
Hardpoint flip once again. The ruins, which has been the ruin of many a strong team here in the CDL. Jordan's trying to find those openers. Scrap, Zero, and Dylan get involved. Dylan can't quite make anything happen there on point. Those trademark smokes go through. Zero, that dead silence up there is not going to make too much of a difference as he can't silence those shots. Clay now trying to take care of his players on the front side. He's going to go down. Here comes a quick contest from London. 30 seconds remaining. Q picks up the pieces of those weak players from the Ravens on the point. Final 30 seconds. No one's quite brave enough to get on it yet. Zero hits the flank, and now there's going to be a bit of a contest. London will be able to get a solid chunk of time out of this if they can keep the kills coming, and Dallas already setting their eyes towards the next hard point. And man, Phil, this is a close one. That scoreline, they are changing very slowly, but it's just body shots from either side right now.
Yeah, it was a wild start for Dallas. They look very, very strong. Dylan, for me, I mean, his kills are going to be absolutely crazy in a second. I'm just seeing the kill feed, and it's Dylan. He's just going absolutely insane here. But we'll check that out in a little bit as we go back, of course, to the catwalk. Here it is. Dylan, 22 and 13. The man's got 35 interactions, while others are literally at half of that. But London Royal Ravens, they are on the hard point. It will be contested. Sliding in is going to be Shotzi, Clayster, Illy, everyone on the catwalk. Overwhelmed, overpowered. It's going to be the Empire, and they are going to take over that. It seemed very effortless, like, but I will say, the Ravens, they'll be coming back tooth and nail.
Yeah.
Dylan, an absolute powerhouse. Look at those numbers.
It's wild to look at those numbers and just see how far the Ravens are not in the lead. Despite their slaying prowess, despite the kills, Empire keeping this one very much under control. Lovely few kills there from Clay there on point as he reaps the time. Final 10 seconds remain. Once again, London had a man in there first on the second hard point, but he will be dropped. And now we're looking at an Empire control going into Electronic Shop. Hugh trying to clear out the bottom construction. You know this part of the map is safe. Again, he's going to reposition. Watch for the push now from London through mid. The first goes down. Clay can't quite take care of the second. Lovely bit of work from Clayster coming alive here in the first map. 18 and 13 for him. And now, Empire settle in. Try to get as much time as they possibly can while London goes for the break.
Yeah, and again, a large bit of time here going towards the Empire. We've got Shotzi in a very nice position. He will clean up one for sure. Can he find the second and third? That's the question. He was in a nice position to do so. He's closed the door. Ain't coming in my shop, says Shotzi here as Shawnee breaks on through the front. Shotzi denies with a double, and Clayster finds two elsewhere. But look at number 5. It's Hugh, a player we've not really talked about. He's already pushed to the barbershop. The kill feed still blue. It's royal blue in a different way. It's Empire blue, as we will see for once. 175 to 117, the largest chunk of change going in the pockets of the Empire right now. They're starting to make a big gap. And that kill feed, I think that's the first bit of white I've seen on Shawnee and the London Royal Ravens in a while.
Yeah, it really has been. Empire taking this game by the scruff of the neck. Over towards barbershop we go. London finally able to get in the contest with Illy. The first line, a nice bit of ducking and weaving the finesse there by the door frame, and he's going to stay alive for now. A lovely set of kills from Illy now. He started the game off very quietly, single-digit kills until the second set of rotations, but now he's coming alive. A nice nade from Dylan, though, will put him down. Still, hard point in the hands of Dallas. Crim 6 pushing these players out. A two-piece for him as he continues to just make noise as the Dallas Empire have completely turned this second set of rotations on its head. I'm starting to walk away with this one.
Yeah, this was such a close game, Miles. When you said, and when we rotated to the original catwalk after the first set of hills, it was pretty much exactly the same time. And now Dallas have found themselves over 100 points in the lead. This just seems like it's getting out of control and out of hand for the London Royal Ravens. Dylan certainly has slowed down. Still 26 and 24, incredible. But across the board, Zero, Wuskin, and of course, Scraps is just not able to keep up. Shawnee too. The power, the slaying power is just too much. And one of the keys to victory, oh my goodness, Scraps for the hip fire, was Clay and Crim to really step it up. And look what you've got. 27 and 20, 27 and 17. These guys have been certainly efficient.
Those are keys to victory indeed. Now Empire starting to make the final run towards victory. Shotzi in the smoke he goes. We called him Easy, the Demon Barber of Ramaza, but right now Shotzi's going for it with the MP5 as well. This is going to be it. You have to have a contest from London. The final few seconds. It is no way in hell. The Empire, they reign supreme. Map number 1 goes to them.
Kind of crazy. Clayster picks up 3 at the end. Dylan and Ravens started very, very well. They separated themselves around the first set of hills, and again, it was construction which really kind of propelled them into the lead. But ever since that first set of hills, it was just all Dallas. They controlled the majority of the map, it seemed, just time and time again. The kills are very one-sided. Again, very interested to kind of see the end stats, which we will, of course, bring up for you. Clayster drops 31 and 17. Crimsix 27 and 21. Across the board, the only player to go negative on Dallas was Illy at 16 and 20, but he had a minute and 10 of hardpoint time. Shotzi, though, 2 minutes. My goodness, he's an animal.
Man, that was a very, very well-rounded effort there from the Dallas Empire. The old dogs leading the charge, eh? Who says you can't teach them new tricks? As Crim and Clay. What a showing from them. For the Royal Ravens, though, that was a stunning performance in the first half. Everyone was keeping it together. Everyone was keeping it exciting. Second half comes around.
Yeah.
Ravens get their wings clipped. That was a brutal showing after that, mate. Woo! Map 1 done and dusted. Gunrunner Search and Destroy coming up next. This is going to be... I don't know where to put these two teams, man. I mean, London have had sort of mixed, results when it comes to the Search and Destroy, and we'll have a quick look now at the quick scope presented to you by the US Air Force, and I mean, it just goes to show that Search and Destroy record is quite tight. Obviously, Dallas have got a higher sort of win rate there, but at the end of the day, man, I just feel like current form, Dallas's Search and Destroy has been impeccable.
Okay, this is where numbers are very odd, Miles. Right, Dallas, I'm going to tell you one stat, right? Gunrunner S&D, they're 8-2. What's your instinct? You're like, okay, that's a great record. They've won 80%. They're 8-2, but both losses have come to London. The only time they've lost this is to London. They're 0-2 against them on Gunrunner S&D.
Yep.
You go to London, they're 6-2. Again, good record, won 6 out of 8. They've beat Dallas, of course, twice already. They haven't lost to Dallas. So it's like, yes, Dallas are an amazing Gunrunner S&D team, but the only team that seems to beat them is London. So it's like, which way do I side? The team that's won 80% or the team that's lost twice on this map mode? Very, very odd. But I will say, this map pick was picked by London. They're picking a map and mode which they've played them twice and beat them twice. They don't care who else they've played, who else they've beat. They're playing to their strengths, and I love that about London right now.
Yeah, trying to make the difference there is the coaching staff again. You got Shane versus Rambo Ray right now, and it's funny, I just said to myself out loud, I was like, Dallas' Search and Destroy has been so impeccable, it's been so good. Like, yeah, it's fantastic, unless you're playing against Florida, and then it's a 6-1, baby. But the Royal Ravens will be a whole different beast to deal with now. And again, if you're I wouldn't say a betting man, but somebody who's thinking a little bit more about the statistics behind this one, again, it does seem like this should be a favourable pick for the London Royal Ravens, but we will see when we get into the game. Again, current form is everything. The Ravens have been a little bit up and down, and I mean that quite literally in turbulence-wise. Will they be able to retain, the pace they've been setting? They had a tough spell against Paris in the previous series they had today. Of course, that was a 6-5 finish with Paris only just edging it out. But still, there was times where London just looked like they had no answer. They had nothing to do there except for fall into the hands of the trap set there. And I feel like Dallas are a team that can get that done. They're going to take Search and Destroys very confidently. And I don't know, it's going to be an interesting map nonetheless. But we're almost ready to rock and roll on this one. Gunrunner, Search and Destroy, map number 2 here in this elimination series. All right, Momo, let's get it, baby.
The great thing for you guys at home and for myself and Miles at Casters are we've got 2 juggernauts at Gunrunner S&D. You want to learn, you want to take anything away with this. These guys are great at it. Yes, we've seen them play it against each other twice, and one team has come out on top twice, but roster changes have happened. Since this and, all these numbers and everything that you see here, when rosters change and things get tweaked, it's very, very different. So let's jump into this one as we're underway in round number 1. If you just joined us, Dallas takes the hard point after a convincing second half, I would say. Let's see who's one to strike first blood. You know how important they are, Miles.
Oh, yeah, man. Especially on Gunrunner. Shawnee finds it. I think you got a little bit of help there from another member of the Dallas Empire, but that's going to be that first blood. 2 members of the Ravens on a very, very aggressive flank. Grim now trying to make his way towards that B site. Again, we talk about Gunrunner being a very offense-friendly map.
Yep.
Dylan trying to turn that one on its head. Nice kills in from behind. And just like that, it comes down to Hugh. And this is perfect from the Ravens.
It must be frustrating because for Dallas, they've got something, right, in their numbers something works on this map at being 8-2. When they play this, they win it the majority of the time. But something clearly doesn't work against the Ravens. And I'm not talking about this first round that's just gone down, but like, what do Dallas do? Do they play to what they know because it usually works 80% of the time? Or do they think, hang on a sec, we've got to change something up because the Ravens counter us? You know, the Ravens do something that works against us. Again, I think what happens before this series and a lot of the stuff that you guys don't see at home is the VOD reviews. These guys will have watched back the exact moments of why and where they lost. But that round one doesn't say a lot. Miles, I think we might have had a player drop.
It is possible.
Yes. Shawnee, Scraps, it is.
Looks like we may have lost Scraps here. We'll get full confirmation on what's to be happening here. Again, everyone seems to be playing the round out. But it is possible that Scraps has disconnected from the game. And again, we'll wait for an official ruling there. But yeah, we're definitely missing a Raven.
Didn't notice, I'll be honest. That first round was so convincing, I had no idea.
I think he was in that one, but we are getting a full confirmation on that one. Shots, he's going to find these kills. And now it makes it a 4 versus 2. Looks like Scraps may be back in now. I can see him top right. But
welcome.
Welcome back, mate.
He didn't get a kill the first round, I know that, because all the others added up to 5. Quick maths, you know.
Sweet.
25 seconds on the clock. Scraps, I think, might have missed out on this round, but his 2 teammates have fell, so has Mr. 6. That being Krim.
Oh, 0 in from behind. He just gets tagged up there by Illy. Beautiful shots once again. 4 versus 1. Waskin can get a consolation kill. But it looks like everything is good to go now. So 1-1 at this point in time. Scraps should be ready to rock and roll. We're all good here on Gunrunner. Going into round 3.
Okay, so it looks like we're all ready to rock and roll. Oh, it's all tied up. 1-1. Like you said, you were talking about the offense, Miles, and how sometimes it can be favored on this map. We certainly saw it on the first round, second round as well. It's just, again, you've got a lot of open map towards B, and it's kind of hard to defend that site, you know, with where the cargo containers are, but we're going to have Clayster pushing to the left. This is a very A-dominant push, and there's going to be one. It's going to be Dylan, and he's going to be running away with his tail between his legs, but he's going to be chased down by Mr. Duke himself.
Oh, my God.
Illy pouncing across the train tracks.
He pounced. He flew across train. Bomb goes down immediately for Dallas. These heavy and fast A hits, really difficult to contend against. Illy once again finds another kill this round. Dead Silence still going. 4 versus 2. 0 and Waskin now on the retake. But looky, and from behind it's going to be Krim. Illy finds another, and there's Krim who goes down, and Waskin's beautiful shots from him. But once again, a 1 versus 3. Will Illy find kill number 4?
Looking for it. 8 seconds left. Where are you, Waskin? Here he is. Oh, nice shots onto Clay, but it ain't going to be enough here as Dallas do take another round. 2-1 after 3.
Yeah, not bad there from Illy. He does get 4 kills in the round. Not able to get the full ace. Right place, right time. And Illy, that aggression towards A. It's a Dallas classic. They overwhelm that site so fast. Smokes are there. They like to get in the mix by those trains. And again, whether it's knives or MP5s. They're taking lives. Here we go.
Carry on. I like that. Just keep going.
Offensive round for London now. Krim and Clay, after all the work they did there in the hard points, man, they've yet to get a kill. Clay finally on the board, but there we go. First blood goes to Dallas. Dude.
Very quick, very aggressive, and that is Shotsy. Is that his teammate who tagged him? I'm not even sure at that point there, but Shawnee, gets tickled. Straight into the head from Krim 6 here. Again, number advantage favor Dallas. And over by the train tracks, Dylan's going to be trying to regain control. A kill would go an immense way for the Ravens here. He doesn't find it, though.
He had 1 footstep. That's why he hit that hip fire. He had 1 step, and it was Krim. Just set that grabble loose somewhat. Gunfight's going down, still on the site. Dylan's down. Shotsy once again bursts through the doors and into the kill feed. 3-1. Dallas Empire. Don't go to the A site. Just don't. It's a dangerous place. It's Dallas town, baby.
An interesting start to the series. Dallas coming out swinging in the first 2 maps here. And again, as we get into the next round, London. We saw them against Legion only a couple hours ago, Miles. We had the privilege of casting over that one. And they started slowing that search and destroy as well. Took them a while, but they did start to heat up. And it came from a 1v2 from Scraps. He's yet to get a kill here.
Teammates are finding them, though. 2 back-to-back there for London. Clay and Hoot going to sit this round out. So this one down now for Dallas. What's going to be the play? The remaining 3 players, they were going in towards B. And as you can see, London, they like to press the advantage once they've got it. Shawnee just trying to make his way forward. Got to be careful.
This is what's hard to defend from this side. Again, you just constantly be peeking. It's like, is anyone mid-map? I've got to watch the whole of Forest. He could be over by the containers. He's found Illy. But he's got to be very careful. He doesn't know that no one's over by the Forest. It's a slow round here for Dallas. They've had to back off. They don't have the numbers.
I think Illy's actually going to stay here, man. He's going to try and push out through green. He's going for it. Nice timing with the smoke. Unfortunately, Shawnee's shots just a little too crisp. Waskins now answers back. Crim 1 versus 5. It's finally a round for London they can feel a little good about. Crim's nice shots there across range, man. It was a beautiful tags on a 0. Scraps now going for it.
Yeah.
He's going to get it.
It's funny when you think back. My instinct was there, you know, last year before, you'd be like jumping off the map, or you'd be like, let's start the out. I was like, long are the days from, you know, just kind of going, chalk this one. We don't want their field upgrades growing, so they just end it. But you can't really do that on this, so it's very different.
That's such a funny observation, man. We're not worried about specialists.
My COD instinct then was just like, jump off the map. It's like, you're done, Crim, you ain't winning this round.
You're like, how can I jump off the map on Gun Runner? Where do I go? Find the highest thing I can? And just... That's interesting, but here we go. Snipes up for Waskins, making his way to the back of the map, overlooking that B site once again with that classic HDR. We've seen a lot of success here from Waskins in the past. So the rest of his
Luke
teammates...
had his number before.
Oh, mate.
That was a fun one.
That was a fun one. But Wask now, the stack up on the defensive side of B for Dallas Empire, and Scraps is going to try and find something to do mid, but again, just... Not knowing is the scariest thing. Beautiful work from Shawnee, though. He doesn't need to know. He's got nades to get the job done, and nice shots on the Crim. Oh, answers back.
Talking of nades.
Zoinks, Shotsy, in and out of trouble. Right place, right time, cuts the bomb armor down. Actually does get planted in the end. Hugh wins the fight mid-map against Dylan. And there's the defuse. 2 members of the Ravens left, Scraps and Waskin. You've got to try and make something happen there on the bomb, and the defuse is going to go through. That's the round to Dallas Empire, 4-2, with the numbers and the positional advantage. Gets it done.
Ooh, I don't know who that was on the, not necessarily the flank, who was in Forest there who wasn't checking the bomb, but that diffuse was going down. This 1v1 was happening with Hukin Scraps, but that player over by Turbine,
it was Waskin.
Slide.
Yeah, he couldn't, he must have not had an angle on that bomb.
With a snipe.
Or the player was just laying prone, and he was scoped in, watching, like, the back of the boxes, maybe. It's just, or the top of the boxes, even. Got to check that bomb. Dallas Empire, big brain play just to steal the round. 4-2 now. 2 more rounds and they can see themselves up 2-0 in the series.
Beautiful round. Love to break that one down a little bit later on. But as we get back into this round number 7, this one just seems to be flying by the search and destroy.
Man. It's so fast.
Very, very fast. Very aggressive. Oh, Hugh. He's going to get a little bit closer. Oh, and he's going up and about. He's trying to find him. Shotsy down by the bathroom. Shawnee's going to be called into action. He's going to find himself another double Scraps, this time with the M4. And he's going to find success with that. Crim 6 will shut down Dylan. Now a 2v3. The veterans.
Are they going to make the read on Scraps, though? That dead silence play. He's managed to get through green. Just as it finishes, he drops. No more noise. And now, no more
2v2.
nothing as Clay gets the kill. Waskins are up top by containers. 0 is going to be just below him.
And look where the bomb is as well.
Yeah, front of showers. Crim's going to be going for the bomb. 23 seconds remaining. Clay's going to get the kill. This is basically an Empire round now, unless Waskin... Nothing to throw at them but his guns.
Now the problem is...
Dead silence. Dead silence.
If
dead
he
silence.
finds the first... Oh my goodness, Waskin, you're an absolute animal. Beautifully done. And a big clutch for the Ravens. It was the first kill which was so important. The second one was almost a freebie as Crim was planting. Clay did not see that coming.
Couldn't see it coming, couldn't hear it coming. Great use of the field upgrade there. London avoid match point for now. Now with an offensive round. Things are starting to just get a little bit spicy. This has been a great gun runner. You were not wrong when you said both teams come into this with a fantastic record. This is going to be a real masterclass, and it has been so far.
And that's the thing. Oh, sorry. I was going to say, by the end of this, we're going to have a team which is a clear counter to Dallas on this map and mode, or we're going to have an even better showing of Dallas, who will be then 9-2, which prove that they can beat anyone. Very aggressive. Illy's down. Bomb is down. 5v4. Ravens in a very powerful position. Oh, shots he didn't see him up top.
He gets the kill, though. He managed to get away with his life. Now he's in behind the Ravens. The Ravens are going to have to turn their attention now to watch out for him. Waskin finds a second snipe this round. It's going to be a 2 versus 1. A 3 versus 1. I take it back. Now it's a 2 versus 1. Clay, he's fighting for his life here. And that's number 3 for Waskin to tie it up 4-4. And honestly, from the same spot, he found 3 kills.
It's like I'm watching a different game when I'm watching Waskin snipe sometimes.
Beautiful work. Dallas forced to make plays. The Ravens playing around that sniper fantastically. And again, Shotzzy had the opportunity to make some real noise, but well snuffed out. Empire on offense now. Back to B we go. It's not an A push.
Yeah, round number 9, and suddenly it's all tied up. I said this search and destroy was flying by. We've had 8 rounds come and go. 0 over by the train tracks. Oh, he looked away at the wrong time. He was trying to look underneath that little carriage there, as you guys may have saw. Illy off screen will pick up Shorty, and now a 5v3. Ravens are going to be at a disadvantage here, number-wise.
Wish that player number 8. Dylan, he's going for it, and once again, Clayster catches the backside of one of the London players, and that is a fantastic situation to be in right now for Dallas Empire. 5v1.
Clayster's ripping this round apart. Oh, that's how you get yourself off the map. Granada.
Map point, Dallas Empire.
Clay ran over train tracks, took down 1, came back, destroyed boiler room, came back, destroyed scraps over by the train tracks at a long distance shot on mid-range. Great round from Clay, though. 5-4. We're going to see another round at 11 from the Ravens, Miles. We've already seen 1 today.
I would not be surprised, but we've got to see what they've got here now in their, what could be their last offensive round of the map. Waskin M4 in hand, opting to put the sniper away. Scraps on an aggressive start to this one. Cute just on the outside, and oh wow, if he catches a tag. Nope. He's completely surrounded right now. That's a fantastic nade. He's going to get a bit of damage, but not the kill.
Illy's called out, though. He said a grenade's just been thrown at me. Look at Hugh, he's turned a full 180 there and gone, okay, I'll watch this window for you. Grenade came out of it, did it, Illy? Don't worry, I've got your back.
Here comes Dylan. In and out the pipes. He finds 1. He can't quite get the other. And Hugh now springs into action. Finds himself 2 kills. Beautiful work there as the Empire now springing to life. That's going to be the big aggressive play now. Death silence up. Hook's trying to bait the play. Gonna get damage. Crim's now getting involved as well. Can't quite get the shots on the 0. Oh. He's got a dip, man. Get out while you still can.
Waskin to be alive there. And he predicts the frag coming in from Shawnee. Good trophy.
Waskin's on the flank as well. Shawnee makes his way up forward. Now Waskin's real slow. Maybe a little too slow. Dead Silence is going to come to a close. He's going to be able to get shots, but just the kill. Can he get a second? He does! 3v2. Clay.
3v2.
20 seconds to play now. Got to get the bomb down or find 2 kills on either side. Check the bomb. Check the bomb. Crim's gonna get it. Crim's gonna get the kill. The bomb's not gonna go down now. Shorty's got to find a 1v2.
He tells Clay to run. He says, run. I've got the rock. I've got the bomb down. And Clay's out of there. You saw Clay run away into the bathroom. As soon as Crim got that first kill, it was the clutch in the bag. Crim 6 coming up clutch for the Dallas Empire. You're going to see it, I think, right here. Crim 6. He goes around this corner. He gets the kill. And Clayster full 180 into the bathroom. He was out of there so fast I thought he was shot.
Clay was gone, man. Brilliant search and destroy from both teams. But in the end, Dallas Empire, 2 beautiful rounds, really separating them. But that was not a bad search by any means from either squad. But end of the day, a dub's a dub.
Yeah. And the big thing is, Miles, they did it. You know, they've won this 80% of the time, but they'd lost twice to the Ravens. And this time around, it isn't the case. That was the Ravens' pick, but they played Dallas a very strong map, and it came back to bite them.
Yeah, that was a brilliant search and destroy, man. I cannot stress that enough. A wonderful search and destroy from Dallas, and a huge win. 2-0 up in the series now. We have to see a reverse sweep from London if they do want to advance on toward the semis. But now for Dallas, not a bad look. That squad on your screen, the Dallas Empire, Illy Hugh Clayster C6, or Crim, depending on where you're from in the Call of Duty scene, and Shotzi, of course, making that look a very, very fun one. 2-0 in the series. Now for London Phil, backs firmly against the wall. This is the last chance they've got here in the Paris Legion home series, and they have to reverse sweep Dallas Empire just to stay alive.
The problem right now is Clay's on fire. Again, I'll repeat myself. Nameless said that those two had stepped up. Clay's brought his A game today, and he's looking to find himself in Sunday. For me, we saw, a very competitive game. The start of Hardpoint, the Search and Destroy could have been around 11. It could have been pushed all the way. London, they are not out of it yet by any means. They need a strong dom. They need to come out fighting for sure. But apart from that, 2-0 Dallas, not a good look.
Got to see a strong one from London now as we're going into the break. When we return, it's going to be a dom. We thank you for our European viewers. It's real late, but don't worry. After the break, more COD.
Call of Duty League is brought to you by Metro by T-Mobile. Stay connected to what matters most with the best value in wireless.
Call of Duty League Warzone weekend goes down this Sunday, June 21st at 10 a.m. PST or 1 p.m. ET. Solos edition though, Phil, it's going to be crazy. Every pro for themselves. You can see all of it play out at youtube.com/COD League. Tick the little bell, get reminded. It's going to be nuts. I cannot imagine what a solo lobby full of professional players on Verdansk is going to look like. And that's going to be a lot of fun. Of course, we've enjoyed 2 Warzone weekends now. Solos is just around the corner.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you, Miles, I'm very excited to watch this. We sometimes have the privilege of either casting over these or maybe knowing who wins. I have no idea, and I'm very interested to just sit back, watch, relax, enjoy it before getting into an amazing CDL Sunday. But solos, that's frightening. Solos, I'll be honest, like, they're kind of frightening, period, you know, against everyone, because there can be someone sat in a roof, camping in a corner, shooting you in the back. It's horrible. Yeah. So when every single player is a pro, that kind of freaks me out a little bit, Miles.
We've seen so many tweets, so many moments where people say that playing solos is actually a horror game. It's not a shooter anymore. It's literally a survival horror. That's the best way of looking at it. Let's have a quick look at our US Army tactical play. This was, of course, from the Search and Destroy. That beautiful round 6, Momo. Dallas. Just too smart in the search, baby.
Yeah, this was one which I actually said I'd love to kind of break it down. Luckily, we can with our US Army tactical play here. And again, just kind of keep your eyes on the numbers. Great stuff from Shawnee. Finds himself with 2. Bomb goes down at this point. Hugh cancels back with a grenade. So again, 3v4, but it's Hugh and Shotzi who get in and get kills without being traded. This is a bit of a squeaky bum time here as Dylan and Hugh battle it out down by water. But again, at this very moment, Shotzi's jumping on the bomb. Shotzi's still defusing at this very moment. Look, you can't really see it actually because US Army tactical play, but there, numbers, the 0, not 0 the player, 0 the number. I always do that, but it's Wuskin making his way up. He's running with a sniper, but he's just not quick enough. He was thinking he could get something from his position at the very back of the map. He wasn't able to do that, but I just wanted to give credit really to Shotzi for getting that incredible kill and then jumping on that bomb, heads up play. Hugh was a great distraction. He also picked up kills that round. It was just very quick, efficient, non-hesitant gameplay from Dallas Empire.
Heads up stuff coming out of Dallas Empire. Rounds like that really net you the win. Of course, this is Empire versus Royal Ravens, the last of our elimination matches before we get into our semi-finals. The winner of this goes up against FaZe. First round of the semis. Man, that is a stacked top 4 when we get there. Last match of the day. Again, if you've just joined us, we hope you go back through the VODs because really today has been stupid. And I mean stupid. From this literal beginning of the day, the Dallas Empire Mutineers series was insane. Toronto Ultra versus OpTic Gaming, honestly, will live on in infamy. And everything in between. It's easy to go through every all of this. And see you later, Crim. Crim's gone for a walk.
Crim's gone for a walk. Mouse, you're a little bit quiet for me. I hope you're not for everyone else, but apart from that, we're all good. A few fun facts just before we get into this one. I think they're just waiting to jump in, but we always have the numbers. I love to crunch them. Before this series went down, these guys have obviously played 10 maps against each other's now. Miles, if I was to give you, a wild guess, I don't know if you know this answer. Nope. Who has the most kills in the interactions of Dallas versus London? Who would you go with?
Mate, I'd honestly say it's probably Illy.
Yeah, you're so quiet. I can't even tell what you say.
You can't hear me? Do I need to be?
You were very quiet. But Miles, either way, I think we're going to take a very quick break. After this quick break, we'll be jumping into map number 3. Guys, don't go anywhere. More COD.
wild year. Like, every Saturday just changes the whole course of the tournament.
We're hitting the final stretch.
The kill feed is all orange. They're sending a message.
OpTic Gaming, a different animal than what we have seen so far.
Again, OpTic Gaming lighting it up.
London look unstoppable.
Sniper straight away. Oh, Waskins, you dirty boy.
McClellan for the 1v4.
Brilliant stuff from the York Subliners.
What a comeback. It's so simple for Atlanta.
Another grand final.
Tellian puts him down.
Solid hold from Toronto.
It's just all Toronto.
Methods is on fire.
This is great work.
Dallas Empire, the victors.
Crim gonna go absolute god mode here.
Florida close it out.
And they will get their second home series win.
4 events left. We'll see what happens.
It's just wild at the top. I was incredibly excited for the Dallas roster as soon as I saw it. From the roster to the branding to the name, the Dallas Empire I think is just sick all around.
I think Dallas is honestly looking like a very, very strong squad.
Krim gives him a bit of a haircut, but then he snaps!
I'd say Clay and Krim are the 2 pillars of Dallas Empire.
Your veterans who have seen it all, won it all.
They teamed together before, they won championships together. There's definitely some legendary history there. And if this team's good, those are going to be fan favorites.
Clayster, the fan favorite, and everybody knows. And then you have the young players. Illy is sort of like your simp this year, like the young guy just turning 18 that has a chance to really be one of the best players. Shotzi, with his skill level, is absolutely absurd.
The pros of having young guys is they can teach an old dog new tricks.
Clayster is certainly roaring now.
Watching Krim and Clay corral these youngsters, that maturing experience, that's going to be one of the biggest challenges they face.
The talent on this team is absolutely unreal. They look like the best team in the game.
I'm excited to see them play this season.
Long live the Empire. Team profile from simpler times, from less hairy times, I think is the best way to put it. We're here at the Paris Legion home series. We're still waiting to get into map number 3. Of course, this is the Dallas Empire versus the London Royal Ravens, and we're also waiting on some confirmation of what to do next. Of course, you may have seen what's going on Twitter. If you haven't, stick with us. We'll give you the official ruling, but we're almost ready to get into that game and let you know exactly what's going on before we advance further into the series. Now, it has been a fun one so far. Of course, the search and destroy is finished. And again, the hard point was pretty clear-cut. Dallas, that Ramaza was very tasty. Momo, give me a sort of high-level feels about what the season's been like so far, and if it finishes today and we go straight into champs, let's say the next weekend, based on today's seasons, where are you going with that, mate?
I thought we were going to go down a different route then. I'm glad you ended with that question. It's much easier. If I'm going down, if we were, let's say, play champs tomorrow, first of all, for you guys at home, this is exactly how it would look like in regards to where people would be placed in the bracket. In regards to teams, though, Miles, I think if it was played tomorrow, I might just go for a wild pick and pick Mutineers to win it all. FaZe have been tested way too many times at Game 5. Yes, they're winning them. That won't continue. I'll tell you that for free. They either get better and stop going Game 5, or they start losing some Game 5s. It's just the way it will work. Huntsman, for me, I've not seen enough of them versus the top teams, FaZe, Empire, and Mutineers. I don't think anyone in the, like you guys can see on that picture of what it is, but I don't think anyone of the bottom 8 win. They can certainly test teams, but I'd go for Mutineers, you know? Florida, they look very, very good. And I actually think Skies is probably the best player in the world right now.
That's not a bad call, man. I think you're gonna get met with a little bit of flack from the online community, obviously. I like that hot take, mate. But
I like it,
dude. At this point in time, you're right. There's a lot of players, there's a lot of teams in those the bottom 6, or maybe even the bottom 5 that I think will definitely test the top 4, but not necessarily be able to go all the way with them. But hey, man, we'll see at the end of this series. Again, London Royal Ravens going up against Dallas Empire. Huntsmen have had their ups and downs. FaZe are definitely looking a little weaker right now, but at the end of the day, they're still a very, very formidable squad. I think Florida Mutineers is a very good shot right now, and again, if it is literally next weekend, which it is not, I can assure you, it would be a very, very, obviously, Florida favored event. But this is the money breakdown again for the championship format coming to you this August. All 12 teams will be in attendance. Sadly, 11th and 12th place will not be making any money. But again, eyes towards that top prize. First place, the 2020 Call of Duty League champion walks away with $2 million and quite the bragging rights as the best Call of Duty team in the world. Very excited to see how that one goes down, mate.
I had a couple of people tweet me like, yo, I need to know the answer. I'm like, what the hell are you guys talking about? And apparently it was the question I asked you, and then I just had no idea what you were saying, was who had the most interactions between these two teams. For you guys who are probably just frustrated at me not answering that. Did you have a final answer for that, Miles?
I think it was Illy, but I can't quite remember.
Illy, you were very wrong by 12 kills. The answer is Wuskin. He had 189 kills, 142 deaths before the series. Of course, that has changed dramatically, but he did have a 1.33 overall. All
right.
Total versus Dallas.
All right.
Closely followed though by the nuke that is Hugh 187.
Mate, Hook's had a great turnaround this season. Last year he was Hook the flashbang. Now he's Hook the nuke. I'm loving it. Back on his BS. Anyway, we're almost ready to roll back into this next game, friends. We've got a little bit of a treat for you, a little bit of a video. We've got the PlayStation top 5 plays from last week.
Ooh.
Flip might have already happened, so the high risk, high reward maybe type player you're going for is not going to pay off for Ultra, and Invoice Uzi is lighting it up. That was 3 in a row, 4 in a row, just beaming them across the map. It's the Uzi making light work of Ultra, now 6 in a row, 17 and 8.
Nothing will be heard. Lovely nade from Scum. Great positioning from Scum. Finds the first with the hip fire. Not able to get in the other one though. And again, trying to just hold this defensive line. And here come the Mutineers! Scumpy with the through piece. Oh my word. There's few more on the site now. This is to keep the Huntsman in the game. Pharaoh from up high. And Scum finds another one. He's still going! Huntsman, what a round! That's exactly where Shotzi is. He can see the bomb from underneath that truck. Very, very far away. If anyone goes for it.
But not on it. He knows that. Where's Crim at? Crim, just a little further behind. Crim's got to get taken down, but Shotzi is still behind the truck. Oh, look at the time. Look at the time. Look at the time. Shotzi's done it. A 1v3 to keep Dallas in the game. A tap, tap, tap from Shotzi.
And now look,
Sim's like, hang on a second. What's this?
Sim's like, oh, dude, he could see the bomb. Oh, we're all learning. Don't worry.
Shotzi able to take down 2. Hook with the third shot. He flies on in. Can he get the last one? He can. The movement on point. The shot on point. Shotzi is ridiculous. He continues to do it map after map. They're going to fight for these final 20 seconds.
Let's get out of their way. Shotzi lighting it up.
And now you got what? Celium versus
18
2.
seconds. 1v2 for Celium. He's clutched so many of these in his career. Can he find another one? With 12 seconds, bomb is being planted. If he can find the pick just in the nick of time, maybe he wins the round and he gets it. 7 seconds, can he battle away? Celium, just barely, by the skin of his teeth, escaped. Is the bomb going to be planted? 1 second! No! Atlanta FaZe, in a millisecond, win the round 11. Honestly, one of the best series you're going to see all year long.
Crazy to think that the Minnesota home series was literally last weekend. Crazy plays all round, very, very memorable event. And again, maybe the beginning of the Florida Mutineers dynasty now in the Call of Duty League. Can they go back to back? Can they get themselves a 3rd win? The only team in the league to do so. Amazing to think where we're going with the league now, mate. Next month we have 3 events back to back. Again, we have New York, London, Toronto back to back. Hope you love the COD League because it's going to be on your screens all month long. And then, of course, rolling into champs in August. I think we're going to throw it to a quick break, mate. We're almost ready to delve into map number 3 and find out what is exactly going on here. But until we get to that one, we thank you very much for tuning in and sticking by us. Last match of the day, and it's far from over. It's always going to be a good one when we come back. More news, more COD.
He's too bloody strong. One of the best players in the world.
Again, Scraps has got his number. Beautiful read from Wuskin.
Every week, the CDL talent puts their heads together to give you the Call of Duty League power rankings. Starting at the top at number 12, it's the Seattle Surge. The Seattle Surge had another tough tournament, exiting the Minnesota home series after going 1-2 in group play. Although they had a disappointing result, the team played out of their minds. They took the Atlanta FaZe all the way to a Game 5 round 11 and even took a series over the Minnesota Rocker. Only time will tell if the recent retirement of their star player Karma will be to the team's benefit or send them tumbling even further. Up next at number 11, it's the Paris Legion. Paris didn't play at the Minnesota home series, but the last few times we've seen them, they haven't gotten very far. They placed 7th, 8th in their last 2 events, and they haven't broken the top 4 since the London home series. They're a team that can keep it close against the best rosters in the league, but to prove that they can actually beat the best, they're going to have to make some noise at their very own event, the upcoming Paris home series. At number 10, it's the Toronto Ultra. The Ultra came into the Minnesota home series on an upswing. They didn't play in the most recent Seattle home series, but their T4 finish in the previous Florida home series had us all thinking that they were finally getting their roster together. However, they washed out of the Minnesota event after going 0-2 in group play. This puts them dead last in CDL points, a bad place to be with just a few weeks of competition remaining. At number 9, it's the LA Gorillas. The Purple LA squad moves up a couple of spots after their best placing this year. With Spart out and Saints back in, they secured T4 for the first time this season. The team earned T4 by taking down both Toronto Ultra and the Chicago Huntsmen, but they were ultimately eliminated by Atlanta FaZe in Game 5 of the semifinals. The squad's looking like one of the best S&D rosters in the league. The question is, can they stay consistent? Coming up at number 8, it's the New York Subliners. We didn't see the Subliners play in the Minnesota event, but we're still ranking them in the middle of the pack. They started the season off rough, but they've been on a recent upswing, placing top 4 in their last 2 events. The question is, can they finally break into the top 2? And we'll have to find out when they play next in the Paris home series. At number 7, it's the Minnesota Rocker. The Rocker dropped from number 5 to number 7 after their worst placing yet. The team has been on a recent downswing, finishing top 6 in both the Florida and Seattle home series before finishing top 8 in their own home series. It's tough to say if Rocker's poor Minnesota performance was strictly due to the fact that, well, they had to sub-exceed in for Alex on such short notice, or if it's simply due that other teams are overtaking them in skill. At number 6, it's OpTic Gaming LA. The OpTic squad sat out of the Minnesota home series, but are locked and loaded for the next event. They still have yet to clinch a title this year, but the team looks like they're in the best form they've been in since the start of the season. We'll see if they can keep their momentum going into the Paris home series. Coming in at number 5, it's the London Royal Ravens. The London team didn't play in the Minnesota event, but they still sit in the top half of the power rankings after a fantastic top 2 placement in their most recent event. There's no doubt that their new addition Zero played a big role in their improved results. However, their real test will come in the Paris home series, where they'll have to prove that their great recent performance wasn't just a fluke. At number 4, the Chicago Huntsmen. The Chicago Huntsmen fall from number 3 to number 4 after finishing top 6 in the Minnesota home series. This was their worst placing of the year, and an especially disappointing one after they took first place in the recent Seattle event. The team's greatest weakness seems to be their search and destroy. Out of the 5 S&Ds they played, Chicago Huntsmen lost 4 of them. At number 3, it's the Florida Mutineers. The Mutineers played the Minnesota home series with a fresh rookie awakening and took down the first event they ever played with him. This is Florida's second championship title of the year, and they had to beat one of the toughest brackets to do so. On their way to the trophy, the Mutineers had to beat each of the top 3 teams in the CDL, the Chicago Huntsmen, the Dallas Empire, and the Atlanta FaZe. The Florida Mutineers will get the chance to run it back in the Paris home series. If they manage to win again, it might just catapult them to the top of the list. At number 2, Dallas Empire. The Dallas roster was eliminated from the Minnesota home series event in a heartbreaking Game 5 round 11 to the eventual champions, the Florida Mutineers. Regardless of their disappointing performance, Dallas continues to prove that they're a top contender in the league. The team is yet to place outside of the top 4, and if history tells us anything, they're the type of team to bounce back from a loss with a ton of extra firepower and motivation. Every time this team has placed outside of first place this year, they've returned to win the very next event. And finally, coming in at number 1, it's Atlanta FaZe. The roster of Tiny Terror still holds the number 1 spot. They finished second in the Minnesota home series, but they still lead the entire league in CDL points, average placings, and total percentage of games won. They're not the invincible team we all thought them to be at the beginning of the season, but so far, nobody else has shown the consistency that the Atlanta FaZe has displayed since the start of the season. The Atlanta squad will get their shot at revenge in the upcoming Paris home series, where we might just get to see an Atlanta versus Florida rematch as early as the semifinals.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to the Call of Duty League. If you saw the tweet, you know, but we have reached a resolution. We're back here at the Paris Legion home series, and of course it's Empire versus Royal Ravens, and we do have a resolution for you on what went down in the search and destroy. The map may be finished, but of those you may notice, of course, we saw scraps lag out. There was a server-wide issue that has affected all 10 players in the game, and we are going to be replaying the search and destroy from round 10 onwards. So the score will not be reflected in the scoreboard, but Dallas will be sitting at 5, and the Royal Ravens will be sitting at 4. So on the replay, Dallas get 1 round win. They will take the map. London need 2. Again, it was a server-wide issue that basically hit everyone. You may have seen the clip online. Looked like there was an FTL jump. We can assure you that shouldn't be taking place in Modern Warfare. So we go again from the search. We thank you all for your patience, and I'm sure for the London fans, very, very excited. Again, we saw scraps lag out. We know what's going on there. Now we just have to replay this one. Everyone reached that consensus. The refs have been involved, and everyone working behind the scenes trying to make sure this is as fair and as competitive as it possibly can be. So let's get into it, Momo.
Not sure who that guy is.
That's you, brother.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. I appreciate it. We'll be getting into it very shortly, but yeah, Dallas win 1 round, London win 2. It's as simple as that, and then we'll be heading into the domination. So again, we go back, Miles, to the previous point of how amazing Gunrunner S&D numbers are. Chalk it up. We ain't finished yet. We're going back into it. We're going for another try.
Yeah, we ain't done just yet. Again, Gunrunner S&D coming up next. We've only got 3 rounds potentially to play. 2. Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, it's 2 rounds. It's 2 rounds to play. My bad. Excuse me. I can't do maths. 2 rounds to play. London win 2. They take the search and destroy. Dallas win 1. They take the search and destroy. Sounds simple, right? We'll try to keep you reminded.
Yeah, let's just do some quick math with that. 1 plus 1. How's that? 3. Got it. Nailed it.
You know what
Miles.
I did Dallas 2. Sorry, London 2.
I know what you did.
I know. Well, look, this is why you do the
So they both win. Everyone's a winner in Miles' book. I love it.
Mate, if it's up to me, we'd be playing Gunfight. But let's get into this one. It's going to be a fun map nonetheless. Royal Ravens again, Dallas Empire. It's going to be a fun one. We're just waiting to find out exactly when we can start this one. I think the players are getting ready. We will be playing a maximum of 2 rounds, a minimum of 1. Quick maths, brother. And then
Where sometimes when I'm watching these Wuskin and Scraps back to back, they literally touch the face in the exact same position. It's the weirdest thing ever. It's crazy. Twins are crazy.
Twins are crazy, right?
Talented and crazy.
Yep.
Wish I was a twin, Miles.
I'm glad you're not a twin. I can barely handle one.
Imagine if there's another me.
No. Absolutely not. Under no circumstances is there allowed
What
to
would
be
he be? Momo 2.
Momo. No.
Man, I tell you what, our Warzone trios would be a lot more successful. Let's
No,
put it that
they
way. Anyway,
bloody wouldn't.
into the game we go.
In we go.
It looks like we might have just had a end.
Oh, okay.
Maybe we're going to bring it back. You don't think our Warzones would be more successful?
I think, I don't know. I don't want to go down this rabbit hole. This is a horrible rabbit hole.
We're not talking about me and you. We're just talking about
Yeah, we're talking about me. We're talking about me,
No.
you, and you. It'd be awful.
Yeah.
Anyway, you saw Clay's face there. There's obviously been a technical issue. We're just going to roll back. We're going
How
to start
dare
that one
you.
again. Oh, mate. We're going to start that one again and get into this one. I'm having a quick... Okay, so it's Hugh's fault. It's Hugh's fault. It's a classic. He changed teams to Codcaster and was on the wrong side. Now we're going to quickly restart this one. Hugh's going to be on the right team, and we're going to keep rolling. If you have any grievances with this delay, you can blame him. But we are getting into this one, and again, if you have just joined us, we're playing the final 2 rounds of the Search and Destroy again. Dallas need 1 round win to take the map. The London Royal Ravens need 2. Shotzi is finding something extremely funny. I don't know what it is. It's probably the idea of there being 2
Look
momos.
at Hugh. Hugh's like, it was my bad. Sorry, guys. I joined Codcaster. That's one person I would rather have in our trios than another me. It would be a Hugh. I'll give you that one.
Yeah, we definitely have a lot more success there, mate.
We certainly will. Hugh, aspiring Codcaster, it seems. Clay says, like, no, we need you in the game. All smiles all around for Dallas Empire, but the game is not over. Quick recap for you guys, though. 1 round for Dallas to win. 2 rounds for London to win. Miles, how many rounds can that be?
Huh? Oh, sorry, I'm looking at Twitter. Get a lot of people asking me questions that I do not have the answers for, but I bless you all for reaching out. But look, Brad's ready to go. Waskin's ready to rumble. Let's get into this one. We're almost there. I think everyone is loaded in now. The players are on the correct teams. God, you'd think they'd done this a few times today. But here we go. Once again, the Royal Ravens need 2 rounds. Dallas only 1. Here we go.
They're going big and they're going to A. Something different here. Clayster's going to C1. C2. He's going to take down 1. He's going to be answered back by Shawnee. And now a 4v4 here straight away. The Ravens taking control of those train tracks. All got a little bit muddled up. Waskins is waiting for Illy, though. Check your corner.
Perfect stun.
Little stun. Connect. Where is he?
Yeah, no tag with the nade, no nothing. Crim's going to find Dylan on the outside. Illy, is he going to be able to get much more of this? Nah, shut the door. Forget all about that one. Bomb still in the hands of London as they make their way in towards A, and it's going to be a bit of a spread now from Dallas. The Empire not really letting anything happen. We've got Shotzi watching the flank very admirably, but the remaining 3 members of the Ravens now surge forward, trying to get onto A. And again, a must-win round for them.
Oh, absolutely. And the next kill is the biggest one. If it goes Empire's way, it's going to be very... Oh, that doesn't go where he wants, I don't think. But Waskin will make his way forward. Quick door check. There is 1 player in there, just so you know. It's going to be Illy still. Illy's got dead silence.
There's another player in there as well with him now. Bomb goes down, finally. 2 players now for Dallas Empire. Activate dead silence. Illy just peeks out. I think he was spotted there. Goes to a quick shot. In and about they go. Now Dallas trying to make the play. The retake not only on the site, but to take care of those 3 players from London. Here we go. Hugh, the shots are there. Cuts down 0 in a matter of seconds. Overextends now. Here comes Hugh. Shots are there. Waskin finds 1. The immediate trade. Shawnee in a 1 versus 3. And this could be it. That's going to be the end of the search if Shawnee goes down. Crim's on the defuse. There's the kill. Shots. He gets it done. And on the replay, Dallas Empire will be taking it. It was a very awkward bit of back and forth from them, but at the end of the day, that's going to be that, and I believe that will be the official ruling. Dallas Empire, nothing but love. They will take the search now.
Yeah, huge kill from Shotzi as well against Shawnee with an M4 there. Incredible stuff, but when it is all done, dusted, chalked up, the story was rewritten for a second. Dallas do win, and again, everything we said about Dallas's records, you know, not being broken against Ravens, 2-0 in maps, like, it's all the same now. Yep. It's all the same. We're back to where we were. Yep. But I'm glad we got it replayed. Right thing to do. I know it took a little bit of time. Thanks for staying with us if you are. And again, for all you European fans staying up to watch the Ravens. I know it's late over there as well.
It is indeed.
But domination will be coming up next. Hopefully, Miles, we're going to be able to just, you know, keep this rolling, get right into it.
Yeah, we'd love a bit of drama in the COD League, let's face it. It keeps keeps things that little bit spicier. And again, not fun if you're a London fan at this time of night, and we do appreciate you for staying up so late. I know there's a fair few of you in the mentions staying awake, trying to catch their favourite team. But here we'll have a quick look at the bracket. And again, the bracket challenge is going to be coming a little bit later on today as well. Also, mate, did you fill out your bracket for this event? Because I did not. I messed up. We made one for the trip cap, and I actually never made my own going into this one,
mine is currently perfect. Every score is correct.
Bollocks.
Nothing has been... Miles.
That's bollocks.
What do you... Why?
That's
why would
absolute...
you question? You don't believe me?
No. I do not.
That's because at the start of this, I said to you, Miles, I completely forgot to do a bracket.
Exactly.
If you would ask me to show you, I couldn't. But the percentage chosen to win Paris Home Series Fan Bracket Challenge is here. Number 1 is Empire 32.9, but my goodness, by a slither, 0.5% above FaZe. Mutineers coming in at 3rd. OpTic 7%. Miles Legion at 0.6%. Kind of crazy, right?
It's what Chance was saying this earlier today. The fact that 12.7% of the community think the Mutineers won't win this or will win this is nuts. I get that the Empire and FaZe have got very, very big fan bases, but you have to look at how solid they've been. The Mutineers, man, they're already 3-1 Dallas Empire. Anyway, we're not quite done yet.
I picked Dallas. I'll be honest. I picked Dallas, and right now I'm you know, questioning that, but I'm sticking to my guns.
It's so interesting.
Go with the Dallas Empire.
It's so interesting. We talked to Pristini about this. He didn't think that FaZe were going to make it out of pools, and there's a good chance that they didn't. You know, there was
I told him he was wrong on that,
but they came close enough to. They really did. Obviously,
he overruled me with his power and his presence.
Powerful presence, man. Pristini, big fan.
Scraps his vibe and still look at him go.
The boys have no other choice. They've just got to get into this one map at a time. But this is it. This is match point for the Dallas Empire. A gun runner domination, a win here. And it's all over for the London Royal Ravens. We say, see you later. And again, that map count, once again, Dallas 3-3, London 2-5 on gun runner. Will experience be their saving grace against a squad who's had a little bit of success.
Here we go, potentially last map of the day. This is a knockout match as well for you guys at home watching. Loser of this does not continue on to Sunday. Domination, it's been a pretty good map and mode for both of these guys, but as we go through this, A and C will go respectively to the home team, if you like, and B will be challenged straight away. No one able to capture that, but Lily's going to find himself a double. Shotzi does find one, and now Scraps in the boiler room has been heard loud and clear as Shotzi will clean him up.
Yep. Pipes go.
5 down.
Pipes go for it. He does get those kills. Zero bounces back with a couple of his own. Shotzi trying to make a play in towards A flag. We like this. He's on it. Just got enough of a touch. Means he would have heard, we're losing A, or whatever. Players turn around. Shawnee gets the read. Does get the kill. Krim now making his way through the front. Spawners for London. They're going to be spawning real close, but Krim just keeps killing them. B's the only flag. He's the only flag they've got right now. Wow, Clay does eventually get the kill. Can't quite neutralize the entirety of B. Dallas now having a rebound straight back on towards that B flag.
Yeah, B for a second as well. Thought Clay was going to try and take it. He wisely backs off. Trophies in abundance here over by Cole. Grenade will connect, and that's a beautifully placed grenade there by Shawnee. Finds himself the double. Should be the third coming in with Scraps, adding to the mix. C is actually changing hands as we speak, Miles. Number 7, that's going to be 0 on the flank. We talked about how sneaky he was, his presence, and that, again, is just something to go on his resume because, yeah, what's he pick up there? A death. No kills, nothing, but a capture, and he's really just helping his team out with plays like that.
Yeah, indeed. B flag.
You got to remember those type of plays.
You do, brother. B flag made safe there by Dallas as they now try to push the offense in towards London. Krim dies on the outside of the map. We're going to see a push in towards C. I think it's about time we had an Astro Gaming listen in with the Dallas Empire.
I spawned right side.
Alright, yo,
I'm trying to hold you guys. Is he nerd?
Water.
I need nerd.
Yo, weak. He's weak at fork.
I got him.
Looks
like
C,
lad.
Yo, weak at fork.
I don't see shit, B, guys. I need it forward. Push out B again. There's a guy at C.
Yeah.
He just stunned it. He just stunned it in there. Another one. Got him both. I'm one shot. Yo, nice. 3. We're missing one against Johnny. Last 2.
Fork was skin.
I'm pitching the AC.
One shot was skin fork.
Make sure we're sending people B, guys. We need people B.
Yeah. Okay, yo, we gotta get to B. We gotta get to B. I needed B push. I didn't hit anything.
One guy's front bathroom session.
I flash.
White, driveway, white entrance. He's one shot. He's one shot laying down there. Laying down. I got him. Bathroom. Nice. Let's go.
Yo, one more nerd.
Let's push. Flip him.
Yeah, I'm going.
Yo, are you going back?
You heard him yell off, Kyler.
I'm looking main door.
Did we flip? I think we flipped him. No, we didn't. One back left. 0, one shot. Back left.
Yo, back left. I got one.
One more back left.
In warehouse.
Watch out by the box.
I got him on C.
Find the box. Nice.
Go B. I'm gonna come help Kyler C. No, we got B.
They're going C.
They're gonna get C.
Yeah, mid-check 0. One shot you.
Let me know when he's
They're going you.
Flip him, and flip him they did. Dallas Empire. A trip cap that lasted what would have felt like to London an absolute eternity. Great work here in the Dom. Mama, what do you make of that, brother?
Interesting, strong communications. You saw, obviously, everyone playing their part. For me, Duke had a vital part over by the C flag as well. He was just staying alive, and it was just one kill that he needed to make. He makes that, pops a trophy on it, and really sets himself up for that flip. So well done to everyone for Dallas Empire for executing a nice flip. And you can see the reward, 63-45. However, Ravens have jumped on B. The neutralization will come through. Can they get the cap, though? Trophies are down. Players are in abundance here, as the B will go in favor of the Ravens. Now, how did Dallas answer back? With a minute left on the clock here, Miles, if we go into this and continue with this, it's going to be roughly a 5-point difference at the end of this.
Yeah, it will be. London with a nice retake on a B. Dallas now encroaching upon it, but Waskin sneaky. Not as sneaky as he'd hoped to be as Krim finds the kill. Only his 8th so far of the map. But still pretty close indeed. Dallas will be able to take back on B. Actually, it's just a neutral. There's the secure coming through shots. He's surviving with that 2-piece. There we go, though. London bounced straight back on it. Illy right on through with hip fire. Can't quite get any more, and B, hotly contested piece of property right now. Waskin. Trophy's down. But Bonnie Hop doesn't quite work out. As Suit turns out to be a bit more of a wolf than we anticipated. The kills come through. Strawny Again, contesting that B flag. There's the D on the B. Trying to pull the remaining Dallas Empire work they got on there. And Dallas will finally be able to win the fights and finally be able to capture B with 15 seconds to spare.
Yeah, very late, obviously, into round number 1, but the thing to take away from this is we're going to flip those spawns. Oh my, okay. All right, Shotzi. I see you. We're going to flip those spawns, and it's going to be a lead towards Dallas, 86-67. A nice lead, not something so convincing it's impossible for Ravens to come back. It's a pretty small lead at that, but we've seen what the Empire can do in holding flags. You know, they can hold a 2-cap for 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes if they need to sometimes. So Ravens, they have their work cut out. They're down by 2 in the series. This could be the last half of their tournament.
Not a fun way to go. The Ravens...
Not at all.
No, not at all. Riddled with difficulties. But at the end of the day, you got to get it done. You got to win those maps. 0 and scraps. Real slow stuff from them going into the second half, hoping for a big rebound now. In they go towards that B flag. It's going to be a 2 versus 3 until the remainder of the Ravens get there. But Zero's going to open something. A nice kill there onto Illy. Good shots, but not quite enough to get it done. A lot of damage dealt, though. It's going to push those players back from Empire. Now we're seeing London start to take over that B flag. So trying to make sure that no one comes through the middle onto C, and that's what we're going to be seeing Shotzi once again. Super annoying player to be against. Scraps going in for the knife. He's going to get it just about, but you got to watch out that C flag. Still on the defense now is going to be the Ravens. They will hold C, and they will be able to get over towards B.
Yeah, my one take from this is watch Dallas. They always seem to be very, very good at sneaking C and neutralizing it, keeping it away from their opponents. Right now, it's a good start for London. However, B is currently neutral. I know it looks very white there. It is going to be taken now by the Ravens here. So again, this is where the Ravens will start to claw their way back into the game. B and C in favor of London, A in favor of Dallas. Again, we've seen them play this map a couple of times here. Watch out for the sneaks coming through. Hugh seems to like to wiggle his way through.
Wiggling, he's trying.
And there he is.
Yeah,
See,
his team's on it.
Clay.
His boys are on it. B's getting grabbed. Zero's going to win the gunfight. That's going to be enough to keep C out of their hands for now. But sneaky Duke in from behind. There's the shots. Can't quite get the second, and the spawners are in behind him. Unfortunate timing for the nuke himself. There you go. Clay trying to battle his way out of the A side. Shawnee won't be eating that nade. Pinch comes through. Waskin backs him up. Can Waskin find another one here? He doesn't, but he has got a bit of help there from Zero. Still trying to pressure that A flag. Ravens not out of this yet.
I like this push from Ravens. They've gone all in. They've said, you know what, we need to flip this. We need to go to A, and this is a big kill from Zero. It's that almost flank lie, but really just pushing down that forest, and now the spawns are going to be very much turned on their heads.
Yep,
look at Hugh. He's going to be over by C, and he's actually rushing straight back to B. He's not going to be going for C. He's going to try and keep A and B. His teammates are doing great work over by the warehouse. Wuskin's going to be on A, trying to neutralize that. And it looks like... I'm not sure whether he got it, actually. He's been killed now, so it doesn't really matter. It's going back in favor of Dallas. B firmly in their control. Miles, 2.5 minutes left. A strong lead here for the Empire as we so elegantly fly across the map there. As I will say, it's not looking good for Ravens. Little tickle of the toes there for Shawnee. And we're jumping right back on board with Illy. 30-point lead.
Illy's 18th kill, leading the lobby right now. There's an attempted flip there towards A and C, but Ravens couldn't quite get it done. Now the Royal Ravens trying to make their way out of that C flag. Going through B first. Shots he's going to lock down mid-map. Illy finds his kills as well. And now they can start to pressure. They've got one player back in towards A. Dallas Empire potentially lining up for another trip cap.
How fast that is. They don't want it. They just want to neutralize it. They want to put the pressure on Royal Ravens here to actually go back to C, to do something. Wuskins, this is it. It's time. Being bleeded away from them. The kills come through. C will go back to the Ravens, but a 40-point lead now. With a minute and 45 on the clock, they need a trip cap. A 2-cap is not enough, and right now they only have 1 mile. Time is ticking. Their tournament lives are ticking. They're 2-0 down in the series. London are on the brink of elimination.
Yep, this is not a good look. Minute 30 on the clock, still to work with. Got to go for that trip cap. Got to start winning these fights at B. Zero is going to start it off. Lovely shots into Crim. Pushes him right back. Doesn't quite have the kill yet, though. Here comes the secure. Zero trying to do it alone as the remainder of the London squad start to trickle on through. And again, the staggered pushes. Plays like that from Clay. Just cutting off the reinforcements. Not letting them get into the fight. He will go down. But once again, you've got to pick up the damage there at C. Dallas Empire really playing this domination fantastically. You say what you will about the rest of the series, man. But when they're getting it done like this... strong stuff.
Look how many times they've gone and neutralized C. It was Clay first time around. I think it was Illy second time, and then Clay's just done it again. It's just so annoying to play against that. When your whole team is focused on trying to get B back, and you're like, oh, they're on C again. Oh, they're behind us again. Oh, they've neutralized. Oh, we're not getting as many points now. With that said and done, 164 to 114 with 40 seconds on the clock. Honestly, you could probably have a 4 cap at this point. It ain't going to make a difference. They're rushing, they're pushing, they're trying to get A, but they're down by 50 points, and a trip cap with a whole minute left still wouldn't do this, Miles. It is over for the London Royal Ravens. Dallas Empire, they will move forward. 24 and 17 for Illy. Shotzi hitting his 20th kill. And you know what? The slaying side of things, it does favor the Empire, but not by that much. We are going to see Dallas, a top 4 team, make it once again to the top 4 in the semi-finals. So, cheeky from 0.
Yeah, it's a real commiserations now for the Royal Ravens. Obviously not the way they wanted to leave this tournament.
No.
Disappointing nonetheless, but for the Dallas Empire, you got to hand it to them still. That domination was absolutely clear-cut. The hard point as well, and the Ramaza, we saw a stunning performance from them. And again, commiserations to London, not how they wanted to leave the comp. But the bottom line is, 2 maps did not go their way. And Clay, talking about trash cans, there we go, mate. Not the way they wanted this to go, but alas, a result is a result. And there we have it. Another team out of the Paris Legion home series. Dallas get it done 3-0. And of course, for the fans, there'll be an asterisk next to that one. But at the end of the day, there's not a lot more we can do. Or at least I can do anyway. I'm trying.
I mean, we're sat here chilling with the microphone in front of us, Miles. I've had a blast, for sure. It is a very, very difficult thing to obviously call upon. But Dallas, they come out. They were the better team on hardpoint. Search and destroy, obviously, you know, say what you will. They won the round again. And hardpoint, on domination, 171 to 131. It wasn't that close at the end. Dallas, they win with a convincing 3-0. And Miles, that's the first 3-0 we've casted since week number 7. We were talking about that previously. It's been a while, Miles, but it seemed like a longer series than it was.
Well, it definitely was a longer series. And in my mind, it's not a 3-0, it's an asterisk next to that one. So I think we can remember that slightly differently in terms of our commentary careers, brother. But tough scenes again for London. Congratulations to Dallas, who will advance on into the tournament. I believe they play FaZe first round now of the semi-finals, which is going to be one of the first games we see tomorrow. But again, a chance for them now to rebound, retain that top spot. We'll have a quick look at our scuff play of the game. And again, it was some magic from Shotzi, who once again continues to impress here in the Call of Duty League. The man is an absolute bloody warrior, Phil.
Yeah, he's so young, so talented, and honestly has such a bright future ahead of him. And honestly, it's going to be incredible to watch him grow as a player. But for me, again, it's just kind of his selflessness. You know, he's just all about the win. He doesn't care about anything but, you know, moving on in that bracket, and he's going to be rewarded with that hot 3-0 of the Royal Ravens. They are going to be playing FaZe tomorrow in semi-final number 2, Mutineers versus Subliners. I think we certainly have a favorite in that game, but for Dallas FaZe, that's where I think the community is torn. You know, there was 0.5 of a percentage, of course, where, you know, we would see the champion, and it was between FaZe and Empire. Only one can make it, Miles. Have you got your eyes out for any of them in particular? What are you thinking of the Final Four?
I'm still thinking the Mutineers are a very, very strong shot to go into that finals and taking the whole thing right now. I mean, obviously, they've had a great showing against the Empire.
Agreed.
I mean, against New York, it's going to be a difficult series nonetheless, but, mate, the Mutineers just looking so good. They're looking so much better than most teams right now. They don't seem to have many weaknesses, brother.
I'm going to stop you there. You're talking about looking good. You, with that hair, is honestly beautiful. The community, though, me, myself, everyone, maybe you at home have wondered, what would Miles look without hair? That is the question. I think we've got a little slide for you to show you what would happen if Miles and maybe Maven would have a child. I don't know. Here's the answer, I guess.
Wow. I mean,
Miles, keep the hair.
I think I may have to. You should have taken the eyebrows while you're at it. Good
I didn't do anything of this, Miles. I'll be honest. My editing skills
but look how proud you are. Look how pleased you are with my bald head. If Clint and I had a child, though, I'm just thinking what we would call it. We'd call it like Milven. It'd be called Milven, and it'd be so loud. It'd be so just massive.
That would be
Milven. We'd be proud parents. And we're supposed to throw it to a break, but I'm going to keep talking about my beautiful love child with Clint Maven Evans. It'd be very tall, it'd be very eloquent, it'd be loud, it'd be great at a party, it'd be good at Call of Duty. When we come back after the break, we've got a PlayStation Interaction with Lottie. See you in a minute.